Communities of color and other low-income, urban, rural, and indigenous communities everywhere face pollution, environmental racism, social and economic and environmental injustice. Despite overwhelming odds, communities are fighting polluters and the government agencies that protect these corporations, and the communities are winning. In many of these communities, youth are playing a leading role in the fight for environmental justice and helping win victories. There's a saying that says that the people that are most affected by an obstacle are most capable of overcoming it. And I think in the situation that we see in all these different communities that have been highlighted is that the young people are the most affected, and the young people are the most capable of taking the leadership role in defending their community against toxics.
Today we asked for not just from the Department of Toxics and Substance Control to intervene, but we asked for the media to intervene. We asked for the world to intervene because something very wrong is happening in this community.
And I'm against environmental racism, I'm against environmental injustice, and overall the decay of Mother Earth. And the people who are at the tip of that decay and who are receiving the bad end of the stick are the poor communities of color.
Good evening, I'm Joe Oliver. While so much of the focus in California lately has been on building new power plants, tonight a group of young people want to shut one down.
In Bayview, Hunters Point, San Francisco's poorest and most contaminated neighborhood, youth played a key role in speaking out about the asthma epidemic and the pollution from the dirty PG&E power plant in their community.
You just run like less than a block, and then you feel that you're like, you need some air, you need something so that it could help you.
Yasina believes she became asthmatic because of the toxic fumes emitted from here daily. She says it's affecting her entire generation.
We're going to be afraid of having children because we're going to be like, why should I bring my child to the world when he's going to get sick or this or that, and I'm just going to see how he dies instead of how he grows.
Me breathing in these chemicals every day, it's slowly killing your inside. You probably don't know that, but it is.
You can see over here, the plant is like 50 feet only away from where I live at.
We happen to know that people who move into our community that's here for 10 years and better, their children and their children's children are starting to suffer the same ill effects that we are who were born and raised here.
In a unanimous decision today, the California Public Utilities Commission told PG&E to close its power plant in San Francisco's Hunters Point community. The facility is one of its oldest and dirtiest plants.
This long fight ended in a victory in May 2006, following years of protests by residents and Greenaction, including 2 blockades of PG&E's front gate. The battle cry of this struggle was, if the government won't, the people will. Shut the power plant down. And that is exactly what happened.
Hi, you reached YUCA Youth United for Community Action. We are a non-profit youth-run and led organization located in East Palo Alto that works with youth between the ages of 13 through 19 and fights for environmental and social justice.
She's going to say that no matter what, if Romick still appeals this decision, we're still going to be here to keep fighting until we see them shut down. Aren't we?
East Palo Alto is a city in the San Francisco Bay Area of California. We are only 2.5 square miles. YUCA has 2 campaigns. One that focuses on gentrification, specifically trying to get a supermarket with benefits in East Palo Alto. The other focuses on environmental justice, trying to shut down the toxic waste plant, Romick. At YUCA, we strategize how we can move forward in our campaigns, and we complete the tasks that come along with it.
Romic has been shut down.
After waging a decade-long battle, some young residents of East Palo Alto celebrated a big victory tonight. The state of California has ordered a partial shutdown of a hazardous waste recycling plant that neighbors have long contended poses a threat to their health.
As youth at YUCA and community members of East Palo Alto, we declare that we will continue to fight until both Romics are completely shut down.
Why I'm in YUCA, because I want to fight for what's right for my community, and that all of us can do anything if we just put our minds to it. And that I would like to thank YUCA folks also.
Our people will no longer allow pollution or gentrification in our community. We will organize, unite, and fight, fight, fight.
Romic was also challenged by youth fighting for environmental justice and preservation of their culture and traditions at the Gila River Indian community in Arizona.
This company or corporation, whatever it is, Romic, they're committing, ecocide to our territory, and they're committing environmental racism to our people and our people's health. And knowing that these people don't know these precautions, they don't know what these chemicals could do to our people, and that no one doesn't deserve to be sick from toxics. No one doesn't deserve to be that.
Is that my friend Kevin from the collective, good guy, told me all the information what was going on. I didn't feel that it was right. All this is happening on native land, how these facilities, these companies can just go out there and just set up shop and just destroy the environment, the land. And personally, to me, it's just like, I don't understand why they got to come out to the native areas and do all that. I mean, it's not cool, it's not right. It's not just affecting the land, it's affecting the people, affecting the communities. So that's how I got involved with everything.
There's two reservations that are immediately adjacent to the major city, those being Gila River and Salt River. So, and the Romic facility being located on the border of Chandler and Gila River. So, as they say, it's in the backyard. It's in our backyard, so it kind of drew my interest in just to take action in that respect.
These companies don't care. It's just that they try to make it sound like, oh, it's a native problem, a native issue. It's a people issue, and that's what I like to see. That's everyone standing up.
The site of another big Romic toxic waste plant. Gila River youth joined with their elders in a campaign to evict the Romic hazardous waste plant from tribal lands. Greenaction and YUCA joined the fight in solidarity. Faced with increased protests, Romic has closed down, and the people of Gila River now have a cleaner, safer community, finally free of Romic's toxic pollution. When dirty industries and government officials in Arizona think they can get away with polluting our communities, Children for a Safe Environment are often there to get in their way. Children for a Safe Environment was formed in 1988 by kids after children in the Maryville area of Phoenix started dying from leukemia. And many think the high rates of sickness was due to the industries polluting their community. Children for a Safe Environment has been involved in many campaigns and victories, including helping to stop hazardous waste dumps and incinerators in low-income communities of color.
The governor said that if he would have went through with the process of letting ants go in, to Arizona, that his children would not have let him come home.
In one of their biggest campaigns, they joined with other activists in taking direct action to stop the unloading of toxic DDT brought in on trains from California, forcing the US EPA to halt further shipments of this toxic waste. These kids would rather hold a protest sign and confront polluters and government officials than sit home and play video games.
Save the planet!
You know what? If America could send a man to the moon, they can do something else about this. old technology called Covanta. They can give us clean air.
Youth from San Joaquin Valley fired up their community's fight to close the Covanta garbage incinerator that emits dioxin and other toxic chemicals into the air. Many of the youth are from immigrant families who work in the agricultural fields exposed to pesticides and incinerator emissions where they live, work, and play.
Hundreds of thousands of pounds of medical waste could be dumped and burned at a Stanislaus County Waste Treatment Center. The medical dumping plan would earn the county extra money, but many residents aren't so sure the trade-off is worth what they perceive as a health risk.
The proposed plan includes burning tons of medical waste from all over California at a facility near Crow's Landing. But residents say no way. They say the process could be toxic.
In honor of the farm worker and hero, Cesar Chavez, hundreds of youth led a march and protest in front of the incinerator, demanding it close and demanding justice for immigrants and their communities.
They're getting our children sick, and we need this air to breathe, to live. We need to protect our Mother Earth. We need to protect our air.
I don't understand why everything has to be put into our backyard.
We're just coming off what happened with the tire fire, the burning of the medical waste. You know, it's like, why does everything have to go in our backyard?
Look at these little children. Look at the babies. How much of this toxin air can they take?
Grayson in the building. Grayson in the building.
Queremos justicia. Cuando.
One of the largest hazardous waste facilities is right here in the valley, and tonight the Environmental Protection Agency is asking for public input. The chemical waste management facility is located near Interstate 5 in Kettleman City in Kings County.
Youth in the farm worker community of Kettleman City formed their own group called Kids Protecting Our Planet to fight the giant toxic waste dump operated by chemical waste management in their town.
¿Qué queremos? ¿Cuándo? ¿Qué queremos? ¿Cuándo?
We'd like to call a meeting of the People's LAC of Kettleman City. We call this meeting to order now.
Youth have brought new life to this environmental justice struggle and are taking the lead to defend their community from chemical waste.
All in favor of firing the LAC?
We are going to win victory. Our Creator said so. And she wanted your response. She said, we're going to win, right?
When the U.S. government tried to move plans forward to allow the building of a nuclear waste dump on sacred indigenous lands at Ward Valley in the Mojave Desert of California, youth from Native nations along the Colorado River joined the struggle to defend their land, culture, and traditions. This long fight came to a head in 1998 when the tribes took direct action and occupied the proposed nuclear dump site, barricading the roads and conducting sacred ceremonies.
And had protests and press conferences and pressured the governor and talked to legislators. There were press conferences and events at the federal buildings in Los Angeles and in San Francisco and in Phoenix.
Facing off against federal police, the tribes and allies successfully occupied the site for 113 days until the White House backed down. This historic direct action led to victory, and there is no nuclear dump now at Ward Valley.
You know, if
I was a big corporation and I had to decide where I was going to put my pollutants, of course I would pick a poor community. Of course I'd pick a community where people are disadvantaged because I knew that they couldn't fight against me. Now, what I'm starting to notice is young people, they know that they are not at the disadvantage because they know they have the power. We face so many obstacles. We got to be able to strategize, to unite, to really see what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong so that we can grow up with healthy bodies and a healthy future.